Hey everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and I'm here with a quick update on the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscar saga. You guys know that the Academy had stated that they were going to meet on April 18th to discuss the infamous slap at the Oscars a couple of weeks ago, but then Will Smith decided to enter his resignation from the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. And so they said, well, okay, since he entered his resignation, then we'll go ahead and move up this hearing and make a decision. And when Will Smith came out and said that he was going to resign, I was like, okay, is this sort of like when you know you're about to get fired on your job, so you go ahead and quit so that you don't give them the opportunity to fire you, or when you work in a high level position and they'll allow you to resign instead of terminating you so it doesn't hurt you from getting a position with another company. And so I guess it was the first part where Will knew that they were going to kick him out of the Academy, so he went ahead and said, I resign. Well, the penalty for him is that he will not be allowed to attend the Academy Awards in person or virtually for the next 10 years. And so I think that's pretty much a harsh penalty, especially if he is nominated. They said it doesn't impact his ability to be nominated for an award. He just cannot attend. So that would kind of suck. Like if you have the performance of your life and you get nominated in multiple categories for an Oscar, and then you can't even be there to win. And then keep in mind that the role of King Richard, that was his first Oscar win, although he had been nominated before. And so he just really sullied the whole Oscar experience and winning that award experience, not only for himself, but for the Williams family and everybody else. And then also, you guys may have seen the video showing Jada's reaction when Will walked up on the stage. And Jada was basically laughing at the comments that Chris Rock, actually, Will walked up on the stage, slapped him. Jada was laughing. And then she continued to laugh at the comments that Chris Rock made as Will was walking back to his seat. And then not only that, I would think that a natural response. So if that was me sitting there, my husband had just got up and walked up and slapped somebody, I probably would have looked at him and like, okay, was that for real? Was that a joke? Like, what are you doing? Jada didn't even, I think she looked at Will when he sat down, but then she turned back and continued to laugh at what Chris Rock was saying. Not once after that little glance over at him when he sat down did she turn to him and say anything like, what is wrong with you? Why did you do that? And I just thought that made her look really cold and really callous. Like she is, you know, those wind up dolls that had a little thing where you turn it in the back and then they start to walk. That's kind of like what it felt like she controls Will's mind. And yeah, I gave you that look and you walked up there and slapped him. And, you know, I'm happy you did it. Now sit down, good little boy. It was really weird, the fact that she had no reaction to what he had done. And then she had the audacity to come out with a statement talking about she wished he hadn't gone up there and slapped Chris Rock. It's like, girl, please go somewhere and sit down. So anyway, here is an article from CNN about the decision. It says Will Smith will not be allowed to attend the Academy Awards for the next 10 years as a result of the slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage during this year's Oscar ceremony, the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences announced in a statement, the board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. And that was a statement from Academy President David Rubin and CEO Dawn Hudson that came out today. And it says the decision was made during a board of governors meeting held earlier in the day in Los Angeles. The meeting initially scheduled for April 18th was expedited, after he submitted his resignation. And then the letter also went on to say that the 94th Oscars were meant to be a celebration of the many individuals in our community who did incredible work this past year. However, those moments were overshadowed by the unacceptable and harmful behavior we saw Mr. Smith exhibit on stage. During our telecast, we did not adequately address the situation in the room. For this, we are sorry. This was an opportunity for us to set an example for our guests, viewers, and the Academy family around the world, and we fell short, unprepared for the unprecedented. And then you guys, it came out later, Will Piker, who was the producer of the Oscars this year, a black man and a homeboy from St. Petersburg, Florida, go St. Pete. He was on Good Morning America, and he actually told them that the Los Angeles Police Department was there and they were prepared to handcuff and escort Mr. Smith out the building. But Chris Rock said no, he didn't want that to happen, that he, wasn't going to press charges. And Chris Rock has done several shows since the incident, and each time he's letting people know, like, hey, I am not prepared to talk about this right now. So if that's what you came for, I'm sorry, but we'll talk about that in an educational and funny manner later on down the line after he's had an opportunity to process all of this. And so the Board of Governors had said in a previous statement that they wanted the matter to be handled in a timely fashion. And then Smith's resignation means that he is no longer part of the Academy's voting body, but it does not prevent the Oscar winner from being nominated in the future. And then the actor struck rock as the comedian was on stage presenting at the Academy Awards, and they want to go ahead and hold on to this story, this version of the story that the joke was related to Jada suffering from alopecia, when we know that that was not the reason for the joke, that the joke was basically she looked like Demi Moore from the movie G.I. Jane. And then it goes on, days after it occurred, Rock appeared at a comedy show in Boston as part of his Ego Death tour and said, I don't have a bunch of shit about what happened. So if you came here to hear that, I had like a whole show I wrote before this weekend. And I've already talked about the fact that he said that he'd talk about it at a later date. And then also in the statement that the Academy gave, they offered deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. And, Will Smith apologized when he accepted his award on stage for Best Actor in the movie King Richard. And he apologized to the audience and to the Academy, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. And then the next day, he wrote an apology on Instagram, which he still, to my understanding, he still has not personally reached out to Chris Rock to apologize to him, and which I think is sad. And until he does so, he is probably still going to continue to feel the wrath of his actions, because they have also delayed the production and release of Bad Boys 2 because of this incident. And then there was a movie he was working on with Netflix. That has been delayed. And then there was a project he was working on with Apple Plus that has also been delayed. And so I believe that until he apologizes to Chris Rock in person, not through Instagram, not through his publicist, but in person, sit down with Chris Rock and they talk about it like men, he is probably going to continue to suffer this backlash from his actions. So guys, that's it for me. Go ahead, leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye bye.